In today's episode, we have got some very important games, and realistically, these could dictate how this season is going to play out. We are playing third in the league, fourth in the league, and sixth in the league in our next three league games. Of course, we're going to see two of those in today's episode, but in all likelihood, if we win all three of those, we could potentially solidify our spot at the top of the table and really set a precedent going into the last few months of the season. But in terms of the form since we last saw, obviously we saw us lose 5-2 to Wigan in the end, unfortunately. We then went away from home and beat Harrogate 3-0 in the FA Trophy. We beat Eastleigh 3-0 and then we drew 1-1 to Crawley Town. Disappointingly, really, because Sutton and Torquay were playing each other and they also drew. So if we could have managed to pick up the 3 points there, obviously we left it very late, as you can see, a 95th minute equaliser. But if we could have picked up all 3 points, that would have given us a little bit more light between us and obviously second and third spot. So we're currently sitting on 52 points. We are 3 points clear, but as I said, we play Sutton United in our next game. We've also then got Boreham Wood and Boston in our next 3 games in total. So the plan will most probably be we see the Sutton United game, we'll probably skip over the Boston game, and then I'll show you the Boreham Wood game is my thinking, just because Boreham Wood are slightly higher up the table than what Boston are. But who knows? After today's game, maybe I'll show you the Boston game and we'll just go 2 back to back. But without further ado, let's get straight into the Sutton United game. We're going to go with Jay Wright in goal. We've got a defence of Briggs, Johnson, Skara and Killer-Ferreri. Killer-Ferreri comes back into the fold after now returning from injury. And also, annoyingly, in that last game, Chris Francis picked up an injury and he's actually going to be out now for 2 to 3 months. So we don't actually have any left-back coverage apart from Boswell. But he's not really a natural defender. He's more of an attacker. But anyway, we'll make it work. So we've got Killer-Ferreri, like I said, back into the starting 11. Reason why Briggs is starting over Pennington, he's just a little bit more consistent. And he likes to play in them bigger matches. We've then got Gromek and Murray Holmes in midfield. We've then got James, McEachran and Boswell in the attacking midfield roles, and Hugh Gill leading the line. Clark drops out today because his fitness is starting to drop, and then other than that, the bench pretty much picks itself. Tate Gamble's going to drop out altogether. He's absolutely knackered. So the team sheets are in. They've been submitted. This just shows how good we've been at the minute. Sutton are in 9th in terms of form, and bear in mind they are second in the league and we're first in form. It's actually a bit disappointing that we're only 3 points ahead. No, Torquay are second, Sutton are third. We're 4 points ahead of Sutton, 3 points ahead of Torquay. I'm going to say to the boys, don't let our good run of form come to an end. I think that's fair. You know, there's not much more to say to them really at the moment. We just need to carry on playing the way that we know we can play, and making sure that we keep picking up results, especially at home and against that chasing pack. Like I said in the intro, if we can win all of these next 3 games, then realistically, we're setting a really good precedent for the end of our season. And hopefully, we don't have that drop-off of form like we did last season. If we can carry on being consistent, maybe do a little bit more rotation at the lower end of the table when we play them teams. Keep everyone fit. Oh, shoot, you'll come so close. Keep everyone fit. We could be going up as champions. But we've got to win the games that are ahead of us, right? That's the most important thing. Such a wayward pass there. Such a waste. We're in such a good position. But I hope you've been enjoying the series. Obviously, this is our 3rd season now at Oxford City. Promotion in the 1st. Playoff semi-finals in the 2nd. So what is on the cards for this season? Obviously, we've had the 1 job offer so far from Crawley. No, sorry, tell a lie. We had 2 job offers. 1 from Crawley and 1 from Eastbourne. Eastbourne was the step down into the National South. I was like, well, I'm not going to do that. Realistically, we're not going to step down a division. Wasn't even that keen on stepping like for like with Crawley, but the wage budget that they had would have been something to seriously consider. But I'm glad we're still here and we're still continuing our journey. Who knows, it might even become a 1 club save if we carry on performing above expectation and growing. It's just going to be the finances that are going to hold us back. Finances of the club, if we, especially, I know Crawley have only just got relegated, but if they've got £42,000 to play with on a wage budget, we've got 16,000. You know, we need to up that. if we're going to sort of carry on challenging, or even if we go up, that needs a dramatic increase. Can we get the goal here? Yeah, we can. Zach McEachran gets it in. I think there was a mistake from the Sutton United centre there. You'll notice also my voice is still a little bit sketchy. But I was really keen to get back into playing. I've missed not playing. Yeah, Bell with a mistake. And McEachran jumps straight on and scores the goal. And again, it's not a recorded game, right? Unless we see Zachy Boy on the score sheet. It'll be sad when he has to leave the club, but kept him around. He got his leading appearance maker for the club. He's now the all-time leading appearancer, I guess, for Oxford City. So we done him a favour, I guess. I mean, he's still doing us favours, right? He's still performing absolutely fantastically and still turning up when we need him the most, like in today's game. But in the same breath, obviously all stories have to come to an end, and of course he's not getting any younger. He's 31 now. This may be his last season in an Oxford City shirt. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see, unless he's happy to be more of like a squad player and we'll keep him around on the bench just for his leadership. Killer Ferrari, can we get another one before half time? Boswell takes on his man, cuts back inside. Killer Ferrari's there. Oh, tries to cut it back. Not a bad idea, but just not good execution. And there we go. That's the end of the first half. 1-0 up at half time. We will take that. I'm going to say we deserve to be ahead, but we can most certainly go on and improve. And I'm going to tell all the boys that individually as well. Keep going. You've done well. We can definitely find another gear to take control. How are Torquay getting on? They are currently drawing 1-1 with Eastleigh. Remember, we just beat Eastleigh 3-0. So you would expect Torquay to get back into it. We're going to take Grommet off. Don't want to risk any injuries. We'll bring Scott on. Darnell Johnson is pretty knackered. So what we're going to do is do that and then bring Pinnington on. Again, it's all about managing the squad fitness and the injury risks now. If we can keep people fresh, and I think that had a part of the end of the season when the form completely dropped off. My starting 11 is very consistent through all of the competitions, which was sometimes good, because obviously we went far, sometimes bad, because of course it did mean that they were absolutely knackered. We're going to take Hugo off because he's not having a great game. We'll take McEachran off as well because he's only just come back from injury. Let's not risk him picking up another knock. So maybe they just run out of steam, and that's something that I really need to consider us not doing this season. What we're going to do is we're going to drop passing back a little bit and go a little bit wider. What I might do is get them to pass it to space, almost invite Sutton onto us now. They're going to be going for the winner. Invite them, we then knock it into space, let our wingers get on the end of it, and hopefully we can score a couple more goals. Skara comes across nicely into Briggs, long ball downfield. Striker does enough to disrupt the defender, it comes straight back at them. James into Killer Ferrari. Lovely ball for Boswell just wasn't on the same page, didn't start his sprint early enough. Going to drop it back to Cautious. Just going to sit behind the ball a little bit more. We are going to time waste as well. Here we go. I've made that change now, you watch. Long ball over the top. Killer Ferrari's going to deal with that all day long though, nicely. Into Boswell. They link up very well. Them two have got a little bit of a bond on that left-hand side. Doesn't release him again though, and then here we go. They've got a man over. Skara tries to get in. Comes out. Ooh. Was risky. I'm just going to tell the boys to focus. Let's not make any silly mistakes here. We've got 2 minutes to see this out, and it will be a good 3 points. How are Torquay doing? Torquay are still drawing. So we're beating the team in third, and the team in second are drawing. Did it end 1-1? It did, but Boston did win, and Boreham Wood looks like they won as well. So Boreham Wood are now 4 points behind us, but we have got a 4-point lead at the top of the table. We say a win's a win, but we need to raise our performance. Team down. You got a 6.1, mate. I'm basically talking to you. And I'm going to say that to you as well. I'm not happy with your performance. And now you're very motivated. I said the exact same thing, but that's absolutely fine. If you need me to specifically tell you, and I can do that. Well, I think that basically ties in nicely for us to skip over the Boston game, as we said, and bring us back to the Boreham Wood game, as they are now currently second. So what I'm going to do is go away, get these 2 games played off camera, as I just said, and hopefully we can keep extending our lead at the top. Just ever so quickly bringing you back. This is what I was talking about in that last game. 16 players are at risk of injury. I know obviously some are just increased or high, but I don't have a big enough squad to rotate all of these. Wisdendorf's got an increased one and he's not even playing. I suppose that's because he's got low match sharpness. But anyway, that's what we're having to deal with. Okay, so I've brought it back to the Boreham Wood game. After seeing us beat Sutton United 1-0, we went on and beat Boston 2-0. Joe Hugill getting on the score sheet. A little bit disappointingly, I suppose, we went out of the FA Trophy 4th round on penalties. Then again, it means that the fixture congestion sort of kind of slows down, which is good for us. We can then just fully focus on the league. But of course, we come back to the game against Boreham Wood today. Boreham Wood are 4 points behind us. So a win today, you know, without getting ahead of ourselves, we're 7 points ahead. And if the results go elsewhere, Torquay are playing Boston. But if Torquay lose, we beat Boreham Wood, we're getting a very nice gap between us and the chasing pack. We have brought one other player in. Elliot Wheeler has come in from Oxford United. So he comes in, no wage contribution. So it's a no-brainer. Right? A little bit of extra depth. To be fair, he might actually start. I might throw him straight in to the line. Actually, we won't play him as an inside winger. Actually, no, we won't play him as an inside winger. We'll keep Petrie as an inside winger. Other than that, it pretty much picks itself. I might not play Pennington in this game. I feel like Pennington is a much more attacking choice, whereas Briggs gives us a bit more solidity at the back, especially with his jumping reach and his heading. He's going to help us defend corners, and he's not going to have the mistakes, let's say, that Pennington has in his locker. But other than that, that is pretty much going to be your starting 11 for the game against Boreham Wood today. So right in goal, a defence of Briggs, Johnson, Skara, Killer Ferrari, Tate Campbell and Gromick in midfield. And then the new boy, Elliot Wheeler, Murray Holmes and Petrie in them attacking midfielder roles, with Hugill leading the line. We're just going to say to the guys, we owe Boreham Wood after last time. If you remember rightly, we lost to these at the start of the season when we weren't really clicking, right? The team was kind of still finding its form, still trying to click with one another. Obviously, the new signings that have come in now, we are a different unit to the team that they played before. Of course, this game isn't going to win us the league, but it gives us a very nice platform and a very nice cushion to then work with. We know we have 1 or 2 bad games, we're still going to be top. It gives us that little bit of ease up on pressure, so to speak. We're going to encourage the boys straight from the beginning, 3 minutes in. Murray Holmes into Keller Ferrari. Good idea, but Petrie, unfortunately, just isn't reading it. And I want a big game from Petrie today. He's come knocking at the door, saying, Gaffer, I need to be playing more. And yeah, he does need to be playing more. I want him to play more. Oh, it's close. But unfortunately, every time we've seen him put on an Oxford City shirt, he's not done a lot with it. He's not really performed, not got a great average rating like some of the other wingers that we've got. He doesn't constantly supply assists or come up with goals, so we need that to change in today's game. Killer Ferrari, lovely bit of skill there. Ball in, Hugill, oh, unlucky. Gromick. The new boys all connecting nicely, and Hugill tucks it in. The goalkeeper's near post. And that's what he can do. Doesn't like big matches. Well, he's performing in one this afternoon. 3 of the new guys there, all linking up nicely. Hugill, lovely little pit finish. Even though Hugill come in towards the end of last season, I don't necessarily count him as a new guy, because obviously he was here last season. But in theory, he is fairly new. Petrie, lovely chase down that ball. Where are you running into each other? Come on. Run in a slightly different directions, boys, please. Briggs with the ball. Hugill was there. Just over the bar. I mean, imagine if we could go on and win this by a couple. Oh, that would be setting even more of a precedent. But we've got to defend well, like we know we can. So far, we're restricting them. Hugill, lovely bit of play there to repossess the ball. Briggs takes on his man, beats it. Love it. And again, lovely ball. Oh, It had everything but the finish. Again, Hugill, he seems to score the impossible goals, and then when there's an absolute tap in, he just goes absolutely missing. And I praise the boys. Let them know they're doing a good job. 20 minutes in, to keep up this pressure and intensity so far, they've not had a single shot on target, Boreham Wood. So we're defending well. The choice of having Briggs on over Pinnington potentially is paying off. Who knows? Doesn't look like they're getting much from that right-hand side. Most times we see it's on the left. Elliot Wheeler here. It's tackled. What can we do from the free kick? You see it? Quick ball in. Oh, Calafieri. Lovely ball. Oh, Tate Campbell smashes it. Comes off the post. Played back in. Which we don't make the most of it there, though. Lovely ball in again. Just too much of an in-swinger for Hugill to get on the end. 32 minutes played. Still leading the Tyres stand. Another highlight. I'm glad we're just seeing all us, really. It seems like we're dominating the game from what we've seen anyway. We'll check this stats in a moment. Battery here. Can he perform some goods? Oh, to be fair, that's not his fault. He put the ball in a dangerous position. We just didn't really capitalise on it. But yet we are pretty much dominating apart from the possession, which is a common theme for us. Some games we will dominate it. Other games we're happy to sort of sit back, let them have a bit more of the ball, hit them on the counter. But we've got a corner to defend here just before half time. Oh, right, smothers it. That's what we pay him to do. Keep the ball out of the net. Gromick into Murray Holmes. Won't see the rest of the highlight. I'm sure it was a lovely completed pass though, because he's very good at passing. Goal kick for them just before half time. You don't like to see highlights here, never mind. Calafieri just takes his time, deals with it nicely. Into Petrie, takes his man on, beats one, cuts it inside. Murray Holmes takes past man, ooh, tries to curl it in. Hugill just can't get on the follow-up. Surprise, surprise. Again, an easy tap in for him if he follows that in through, but he can't do it. Calafieri again. He's just an absolute player. I'm surprised, now that we're in January, no clubs have actually come in for him yet. He's not even wanted. Skara's got interest from 2 League 2 sides. But again, not going anywhere. I don't see why they would want to. I'm going to say we weren't that bad, but we can definitely improve. Keep going. Because we're only winning 1-0. Right? We've been dominating on the stats. We've only scored once. So we've not been playing fantastically. Do we want to... Maybe if they're going to start coming on to us, passing into space might work. We might think about doing that in a moment. Elliot Wheeler here. Gets dispossessed, but manages to get the ball back, luckily for him. Murray home. Johnson. Calafieri. Gromick. Petrie. Everyone's getting a touch. Lovely ball for Hugill. Come on. Is it offside? No, it's not even offside. Lovely pass. Look at this passing range by him and the movement from Hugill. Lovely first touch. And bang, even, I mean, he smashes it into the ground, but let's not take it away from him. He manages to still score, which is good for us, even if it was a little bit of a messy strike. Calafieri, Hugill hits the crossbar. We are still knocking at the door. This guy's fast. He just absolutely burned up the pitch there. Elliot Wheeler's not doing very well tracking his man. Briggs. What I like about Briggs as well, you notice, because he likes to play more as a centre-back, he does tuck in a lot more than what Pinnington does. Pinnington likes to stay sort of out here. But if the wingers track him back, then Briggs sort of goes back more into this role, and it gives us almost like a 3 or 4 sitting in that position, stopping the supply coming in. Briggs there, wins the ball from the header, and Petrie gets it clear. Elliot Wheeler now. Let's see what he can do. The new boy. Didn't really do much in the trophy. He wins a penalty. I mean, if that's the type of winger that we've brought in who can win us penalties for Gromick to step up and smash it in the back of the net, it was never in doubt. Victor Golomek is an absolute starting legend. He's starting to become a legend of the club. He's like my Manny Aliki. Absolute rocket in that midfield role. Loves surging forward. Right, does well again. Why is he only on a 6.8? We've seen him save all sorts. Right, let's praise the boys. 3-0 up, 66 minutes played. Let's humiliate him. Let's get 5. Oh, Calafiori's there. Ball's a little bit wayward though, but at least he's intercepting it, right? Elliot Wheeler, keep with your man. There we go. Johnson comes across. Oh. But we don't stop the second ball. Okay. 3-1. It's fine. It's fine. Just tell him, focus up now. It's our game to win. We're going to drop. Oh no. We're going to do this. No, he's already tracking. Fine. What we might do is change the formation ever so slightly and drop Murray Holmes a little bit deeper to get a little bit more control in the centre of midfield. Feel like they're coming on to us a lot more here. Luckily, he didn't have his shooting boots, so we're going to make that change now. Instead of an advanced playmaker, we're just going to get him to play, actually, mid playmaker. We'll sit in that spot, but he'll still look to release Hugill. We'll be running onto them balls. What we might do now, actually, is go past into space. I'm going to get them to waste time, and we're going to just get a little bit wider, make it a little bit more uncomfortable for them. Gromek's struggling, but I don't think I haven't got anyone else who can come into his position. Yes, I have. Because McEachran can play that role here, and then Murray Holmes can drop back a little bit. Boswell can come on for Barry. We don't want him getting sent off. We'll do we take Hugo off in a hat-trick? Yeah, we're going to do it. We're not going to risk it. And to focus again, going to drop it to cautious. We just want to take the 3 points. Looks like Torquay are drawing, so that's good. What is Sutton United doing? They're also drawing. So far, obviously, they could change. Are they the final scores? But a 3-1 win, like I said, it's not won us the league. That's about as comprehensive as you get. You've absolutely blown them away. Well done indeed. So let's have a look. Yeah, 7-point gap now at the top. Our goal difference is now starting to repair itself. Only conceded 19 goals all season. Still very defensively solid, which is one of the trademarks of our team over the last 3 seasons. But I'll tell you what, if you told me at 27 games played, we would be 7 points clear at the top of the league, I'd have absolutely bit your hand off, especially when we were predicted to finish 11. Does mean we are now unbeaten in 9. What the plan will probably be, if I look here, I might play a couple and maybe bring you back sort of at Woking, Tamworth maybe. Finish January, bring you back for a couple of games in February. So there we go, boys and girls. That's everything we're going to see in today's episode. But thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new around here to continue following the journey. Hit that like button if you haven't done so already. And let me know in the comments section, is a title on the cards? Are we actually going to win a title rather than either A, going up through playoffs, or B, just missing out via the playoffs? Let me know what you think. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.